Hey everybody, it's Toya Taylor and I'm back with another video. This is the review of Tyler Perry Sisters Season 5 Episode 18. The title is Friends or Lovers. Okay, we hop back into the episode where Aaron and Zach was fighting in the steam plant. Alright, so now what I got to say about the fight scene, first of all, Zach took it too far when he felt the need to run around town looking for Karen. Especially when I had already said that he could have really talked to her about this over the phone. The same way he felt like it was okay to talk to Pam about it when he walked into the salon. Yeah, when he called Karen on the phone, he could have just brought it up to her, asked her over the phone. He didn't have to do all of that. Especially if he knew that he was just that angry to the point where he wanted to hit something. You know, like they have, I believe it was Andy. Andy, she spoke on Zach's anger issues earlier on in one of the previous seasons. I can't really remember, but I do remember someone speaking on Zach's anger issues, and I believe I defended him at the time, and I think it was Andy, but I believe I defended him at the time, you know, because at the time I didn't see it, and I was like, okay, if anybody gonna be titled for, you know, this angry man that needs management, it needs to be Gary. You know, that's what I said at the time, because I didn't see it on Zach. You know, but Zach, he has anger issues that he needs to deal with. Honestly, he has lots of issues that he needs to deal with. Seriously. I feel like Zach, he has a lot of unfinished healing, as well as Karen. And I believe I've said this before, but he have a lot of closure that he needs to deal with as well. And I feel like that's why it's so triggering for him whenever Aaron says anything or even comes around. Like, Aaron ain't gotta, all he gotta say is hey. Hell, he ain't even gotta do that much. All he gotta do is look at Zach. And Zach is mad. Zach about ready to jump on Aaron. And so, over at the steam plant, when Zach put his hand on Karen's shoulder and pushed her back into her seat, that's when Aaron wasn't going for it no more. He went on and he took the first lead. Him and Zach started fighting now. Honestly, it ain't even about who won or who lost, because it shouldn't have happened in the first place. But, I mean, I do feel like Zach wasn't expecting Aaron to come at him with that strength. That's all I'm gonna say. But either way, here comes Fatima and Angela. They walking into the steam plant in the middle of the fight. So Fatima like, stop. She getting in the middle of it. Then she started charging at Aaron. So I was like, at first I thought she was finna go full on Madam style on Aaron or something, you know. But really, I really don't know what Fatima had on her mind. I think that it was just a natural reaction, because, like, when, you know, when you see me, you see him. You know, when you see him, you see me. Like, if you hit him, you hit me. So that's how I felt like Fatima was coming at Aaron. But then she had went on and checked Zach for the way he was behaving, because Honestly, I was thinking in my head, like, girl, I know you ain't about to turn up on Aaron up here, because it did look like she was about to turn up on Aaron for a minute. I know that's what I thought. But that's when she had grabbed Zach by his face, and she was like, look at me, stop this. And Zach, he up there talking about, I tried to be a good dude. Like, Zach, first of all, the way you barged into the steam plant, booking up at Karen, punching the table and shit, like, that ain't trying to be a good dude. First of all, you need to get your facts straight before you come at anybody if you really trying to keep the peace and be a good dude. Because I don't blame Aaron for reacting. I don't. You came in there, your energy was on go, and so Aaron took it there. Because you initiated the first lick. If you really want to think of it in the way that I see it. Because when you put your hands on Karen's shoulder and pushed her back down in her seat, to me, that was the first lick. And then, so now whenever Aaron take off on you, now you want to play victim. I was trying to be a good guy. Same scenario that you did with the keys back in season 1 or 2, whichever one it was, whenever you threw them keys at Karen's face. And after you threw them keys at her face, she went and charged for a knife and called the police. But she stopped herself and told the police, never mind, he's leaving. She still tried to save your ass. And I made a video about that too. Soon as she went and grabbed that knife, Zach, you started trying to play victim. Come on, Karen, you gonna get a knife on me? Really, Karen? You gonna be that petty? Really? Here you go again, trying to play victim. At the steam plant. I'm trying to be a good guy. I was trying to be a good guy. No, you wasn't. Like, had you would have piped down from the beginning and came at folks correct, because that was not okay. So everybody barge out. Andy, she telling Karen, let's find the back door. So they run out the back door. Angela, she's standing there rolling her eyes for some reason I don't even understand. Like, that was questionable for me, because I didn't understand, was she rolling her eyes at the fact that, you know, I can't believe they got all this going on up in these people establishment. They should be ashamed of themselves. Like, I couldn't tell if it was that type of roll her eyes, or was she rolling her eyes at the fact that Fatima was willing to still go home with Zach. Like, it didn't ruin anything. The picture, all that didn't ruin nothing. Like, I don't know. Starting to make me question, like, what is it? What's up with Angela in this picture? Like, who really behind this picture? So, I don't know. I don't know really what type of roll the eye it was, but it was questionable. And so, when she was leaving out the door, she gonna tell the manager, I guess he was the store manager, the restaurant manager. She gonna tell him, call me. Because he said, I'm about to call the police. Fatima said, you and the police. And then Angela to myself, call me. Really? I didn't know she was thirsty. Because I don't know her like that. Like, I'm just not starting to know her own sisters. Because I know that she played on Zatima, but I have not watched Zatima yet. I do want to watch Zatima, and I will be watching it. But I don't really know her personality like that. I've only got glimpses of her on Sisters, but I didn't know she was thirsty. But anyways, y'all, whenever Angela and Fatima pull up outside of Zach's house, Angela, she was acting real iffy to me. Like, did anybody else catch on to that? She was acting real questionable. First of all, she asked Fatima, was she all right? Fatima said, yes, I'm fine. And she was like, you sure? Cause girl, he was like, whoo, like, clearly she don't want to talk about this right now. Like, why is you hung up on that part? Like, why are you still excited about the fight? Like, you acting like a high schooler. Like, what's up? You excited to see two grown men fight out in public, making themselves look bad? And then the grown men that's fighting, one of them is your best friend's man, soon to be husband, and you excited about that? It's just like, I don't know. That's why I was glad Fatima had cut her short and was like, Angela, don't, like, please don't go there. And so when Angela asked her if she wanted to come stay at her house tonight, and Fatima turned it down, that was really telling. Like, that showed me a lot. That, yeah, nah, Fatima ain't, I don't think Fatima, and if she is feeling that girl, I don't see why. I don't see why that's your best friend. Especially if you're supposed to be the type that can see through bullshit. The way Fatima, she's supposed to be that type. You should see that your friend is bullshit. So, I'm glad Fatima had turned it down. And then so, what also let me know that it was telling was that whenever Andy offered her to stay over with her, she didn't hesitate to say okay. So I feel like Fatima is also starting to side-eye her friend Angela just as well as we are. But anyways, back to the review. So when Zach pulled in, him and Fatima went inside. So Fatima was like, why was you fighting Aaron? And he said, because he don't mind his business and he always got some shit to say. Like, Fatima knew that was some BS, basically, because first of all, Aaron didn't have nothing to say until you started punching the table and booking up just a bit too heavy on the female. Like, yeah, he was supposed to have something to say. But any other time, Aaron ain't got no beef with you, and you know that. So I don't understand the tension. And clearly Fatima calling it out. She was like, straight up, you fought Aaron because you mad at Karen. And I agree. I totally agree. Because what have Aaron did to you, Zach? For you to really just want to call him out like that. And then after you called him out, called him corny and all this other stuff, I mean, you already been talking big dog shit along the way anyway. But I guess this was just the last straw when you put your hands on Karen and pushed her back down in that seat. Like, Aaron been letting you slide with a whole lot of shit, Zach. Like, he's been letting you slide. So, I just feel like if anybody is the root of the beef between Aaron and Zach, it's Zach. He's the one egging it on. And so, Fatima called it out. After that, Fatima was like, look, no. Fatima had to remind him that you can go back to jail. So, Zach was like, why every time you do something, like, why every time somebody make you mad, it's okay for you to barge out of here, put bitch's head through walls, and, nothing happens to you. Everything is okay with you. But whenever I do something, I'm getting scolded like a kid. Like, you treating me like a child. And she was like, well, I'm not the one with a record, Zach. And he was like, well, hell, I'm surprised. As much crime you have committed. Like, that's the same thing I'm saying in my head. But Zach do got a point. Like, Fatima need to lay off a little bit. Understand that Zach is human as well. As well as she's human, to be able to feel her emotions and express them whenever she feels, however she feels, wherever she feels. No matter if it's gonna land her in jail or land somebody dead. You know, like, it don't matter to Fatima. She still gets to be who she is. So let Zach be human. Just as well as you're able to be. I feel him right there. Even though, you know, I do agree with her, put it on his mind. Remind him that, you know, you can go back to jail like you got a record out here. You out here fighting in public. Come on now. So, yeah. But, Fatima, she told him, look, she told him that, well, he was like, I don't want to hear it, I'm finna go to bed. She was like, yeah, on the couch. He said, oh, no, I'm not finna sleep on the couch in my own house. What are you saying? Clearly. So, Fatima was waiting on this day. She was like, yo, what? He said, I'm not finna sleep on the couch in my own house. She said, oh, yeah, my house. Okay, I get it. I knew this day would come. When you start hollering about this my house shit. So you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll leave. So by that time, Zach was trying to stop her from leaving. Fatima was telling him, talking about, don't think that, what she said. What Fatima had said, y'all. I don't know. I didn't write it down. But I think she said something like this. She was like, don't think that it'll be hard for me to go sleep in, to go find another bed to sleep in. Or something like that. Either way, the way she worded it, it was questionable for me. Me in Zach's shoes, I would have been like, what you mean by that? Like, you would have had to explain yourself to me on that one, because like, are you saying that all you gotta do is make one call and that's all? Like, are you saying that there's already someone lined up? Or are you saying that you have, you know, occasionally been sleeping in another bed? And, you know, I need to know, like, what you mean by that, because that was a little too. No. Because had Zach would have said it like that, everybody would have been like, Fatima. You should know something ain't right. Like, nah, that's a red flag. Like, yeah, everybody antennas would have went up if Zach would have said those same exact words to her. Don't think that it'd be hard for me to go sleep in another bed. They'll find another bed to sleep in. Like, I hope you mean like a hotel. Like, don't think it'd be hard for me to go. But if that was the case, why didn't you just say that? Because now you're trying to play mind tricks and make me, you know, think that, you know, like, nah, to me, that's another childish game that Fatima got going on, the same way she won't tell Zach clearly that Angela, because first of all, let me say this. Let me back up for a minute. Zach asked Fatima, where did she get the picture from then? Because Fatima said, I told you Karen was not behind that picture. He said, okay, well, where you got it from then? Fatima said, I told you Angela got that picture from somewhere, from somebody. Somebody sent Angela that picture. Fatima, you did not tell him that. When he first asked you that, before he even barged out the house and went to the steam plant, after stopping by the salon first, you did not tell him that. You told him don't worry about it. And then whenever he asked you this time again, who sent you that picture, you said somebody that Angela know. I told you that. No, you didn't. And then he said, well, who? You said, don't worry about that, Zach. Once again, don't worry about that. Of course, you don't know who sent it. But the fact that you're telling him that you told him at first that it was somebody that Angela know, when clearly that was not a part of the dialogue on last week's episode? Like, it's a mind fuck for me for you to even do that. And that goes down in another childish behavior that no one calls out when it comes down to Fatima, but everybody calls out Karen's childish behaviors. But anyways, back to the review. Where was I? Yeah, when Zach, when Karen told Zach, when Zach told Karen, look, not Karen, Zach told Fatima, look, I got enough shit to deal with. I have to deal with Karen shit, the other shit, now I gotta come home and deal with your shit. Karen get to come up in here and start all type of ruckus inside of my home between me and my woman, and then now every time I want to talk, you leave. So, basically, the way I see it, Zach, is Karen is not the one starting all this between you and Fatima. I feel like you and Fatima got a lot of work to do within yourselves, within your own relationship, honestly. Because that's the problem. And you, Zach, just as well as Fatima and everybody else that feels this way, always wants to blame it on Karen, when Karen is really not the root of their problem here. We can see, and I've spoke on this in my last review, we can see and hear the lack of communication between Zach and Fatima. Like, for one, I've been stated that they moving way too fast within their relationship, especially being that Zach has no closure with his last relationship. And it seems like Fatima don't either, because she always bringing it up left and right. You know how I am since my last relationship. You know it's hard for me to trust a guy. You know what I've been through. You know what my last guy did to me. It's always last guy, my ex. But let her tell it, when she first met Zach, that her motto is, this is a no ex zone. Like, let's not bring up the exes. The past is the past. Let's move forward. Why every time you look around, you always bringing up, it seems like to me, Fatima, that you also need some closure within your past situations as well. Both of y'all need healing. And that's really what's tearing y'all apart. It ain't Karen. So let's not keep blaming her for all of y'all's issues, because honestly, if that's the case, then Karen must be that bitch. Okay, like, and that's just how, if she got that much power to constantly keep bringing issues to your relationship, then clearly. But moving on. Fatima, she left and she went over to Andy's for the night. It looked like she's gonna be back, because on the previews we seen her back over at Zach. So I don't think that they're gonna break up, and I hope that they don't. I hope that they can work out their issues, but I just really hope that they can get it together within their own, within their own relationship issues, instead of pointing the finger at everybody else that's outside the relationship. Deal with what's in front of you. Deal with your issues for real. So I hope that they get that together. But so meanwhile, Karen and Andy, they over there at Karen's place now. Karen, she finally told Andy what the business is. Basically, like, I'm not about to be putting up with this half-ass friendship out of you. Like, it's okay for you to put Fatima up on game about things so that it won't come off as if you're portraying her. But when it come down to me, you can leave me out of it. Like, I felt Karen where she was coming from. And I don't blame her for putting Andy up out of her house. Like, seriously. At that point, you better get out my face. You better get out my house. No, we will not be talking. Especially not until I calm down. Because the way I feel right now about you, Andy, let's not even go there. So you may exit stage left. And Andy was steady trying to explain herself. Karen wasn't trying to hear it. I don't blame her. And then she got the nerve to try to pull Aaron into it. And Andy get mad at Aaron for not sticking up for her whenever, for one, it's not his business to stick up for you. For two, Karen did no wrong in that situation for Aaron to even try to stick up for you. Because for one, you think it's okay for you to pillow talk on the phone to Fatima about Zach, find out little information, tell her little information, but leave Karen out of it. Like, to me, you're not being a neutral friend. And you're not being a good one either. Like, at all. And if I was Fatima, I wouldn't even start trusting you like that. Because look at what you're doing to Karen. So, after Andy left, that's when Karen and Karen and Aaron, they talking and everything. And so Karen, she realized that she got to call Pam and check on the salon. So she called Pam. Pam said that one of the stylists is still doing hair. So she going to have to wait on the video. So she was like, okay, well, just don't forget to send me the video. And she hung up with her. And Pam, she was like, girl, I heard about what happened at the restaurant. I'm like, damn, you heard the news already? Baby, let me tell you, Pam, she should really think about becoming a blogger. No, I know this is just a show. But on the show, though, for real, like, she could really become a blogger. As much news that she be up on, this girl, she will be A1, okay? But anyways, now we see Robin. Wait. Yeah. Robin and Gary, y'all. Gary, he came into the steam plant. Now, I personally feel like he was already outside in the parking lot lurking. Because he had done seen that shiny blue Rolls Royce that he bought for Andy, parked outside. Yeah. So, because he was just too on time for me. So, yeah, he walked up to Robin. And basically, Gary slick trying to be an asshole. Offering Robin a drink. Robin was like, no, I should offer you a drink. He was like, no, you should save your money because you running out of time. Ain't you still waiting on that call? So Robin was like, how you know about that? So Gary said, well, I talked to the senior partners. And Robin was like, yeah, and hating. Like, you ain't fooling nobody. So Robin, he went on to let him know, I ain't waiting on nothing. Because it's already there. Yeah. Okay. The bag is all there. That's what Robin had to let Gary know. And which I hate that he did. Because now Gary, he done put Gary 5 steps ahead of him. Because Gary, he over there on the phone with Hayden. Telling Hayden all about Robin putting the money inside the business account. So Hayden, I guess he about to go and reverse the payment, reverse the money, reverse the transfer out of the business account. I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna pull this off, but he might have access to it. Who knows? But either way, I just hate that Robin over talked himself, because he did put Gary 5 steps ahead of him. And I forgot to mention that Hayden, he over there with Tamara. Meanwhile, while all this going on, he finally getting the attention that he's been seeking for and so desperately been hunting for from Fatima. So he's finally getting that attention from Tamara. Even though Tamara, she really just working her move. But Hayden too dumb to know that yet. But anyways, so now we see Q. Y'all, no, Sabrina. After Sabrina and Danny talked, because Sabrina, she was like, she done lost her job. And so Danny, she's trying to give her words of encouragement, but y'all know Danny just not good at all that. So when Danny leave, she calls Q like right away. Barely stepped 1 foot out of Sabrina's apartment before she started dialing Q number. I'm like, dang. Girl, if you don't calm it down, like, please, I'm going to need you to turn that stove down. Okay, I know you on your hot girl shit, but I'm going to need you to turn it down a few notches, baby girl. Because you moving too loose. Like, you doing too much at this point. And it's screaming, please go and get some therapy, Danny. Like, you really need it. You really do. You really, really, really do. And that's what your free time need to be going to. Not every time that coochie get to talking to you, you need to get to talking to your therapist. Like, for real. Get on the line, go ahead and schedule an appointment. Or do a pop in, walk in if that's what they, allow. But you need to go see a therapist. Seriously. Like, get it together, baby girl. So she called Q. They invited Q over. Yeah, when Q got there, he told her, he asked her if she wanted to smoke. She was like, she got her own. And so he was like, oh, okay. Well, they got to talking, basically. Danny, she kind of I see that she kind of see that the moves that she make is not that smart. Because she had even laughed at herself, because he was like, oh, you don't trust nobody, do you? After she said she got her own weed. And she was like, he was like, well, what happened? Tell me why you don't trust guys. And she was like, well, I trust men, but I just learned to be more careful. Even Danny had to laugh at herself on that one. Because she looked down and she said, not with an ankle monitor on. Oh my gosh, I got to stop smoking and drinking. Sitting here talking about, I done learned to be more careful, and I got a stranger that I just met sitting in my house with an ankle monitor on. Yeah. Please check yourself, Danny, before I do. So, Q, he started cracking himself up. Next thing you know, he started stripping out of all his clothes. Down to his briefs. And I honestly believe that Q did the old stage stunt with, filling his brief pocket, stuffing it with something, a sock, cotton, whatever it may be. But I just, I don't know. But either way, Danny was like, he was like, I just want to show you ain't got no weapons. And then he was like, look, that could be used as a weapon. And I'm like, I agree, because clearly it was used as a weapon on Maurice. That's the weapon that put his ass in jail. And he's still sitting there today. So, yeah, you're right. It could be used as a weapon. And Q told her that he about to go lay down in the bed until she think about it. Because she was like, I got to think about it. And so she said, you finna lay down in my bed? Your funky ass about to lay down in my bed? Oh, no. So he said, I took a shower before I left work. Now, I know this is just a show. This is not real Atlanta. This is not real Hartsville Airport. Okay? I understand that. But I'm trying to figure out, because I have worked at the Hartsfield Airport here in Atlanta before, and I'm trying to figure out where in there where you can take a shower. Okay, because I'm confused. Like, what do you mean you took a shower before work? I mean, you took a shower before you left work. Secondly, why didn't Danny question it? Why did you have to take a shower before you left work? Like, you don't have a place to stay? You know, where are you living? This is what I need to know. But Danny, y'all, she only see one thing and one thing only, and that's what's right in front of her. Q's wood. Okay? And then got the nerve to start throwing pillows at it, trying to cover him up. And I'm like, if you don't want his funk in your bed, why would you put his funk on your pillows, on your couch? Like, I don't get it. But anyways, y'all, Danny needs some therapy. Moving on. Maurice and his cellmate. So I believe that Maurice's cellmate is basically a setup. I believe that, the prosecutor is using him to get more information out of Maurice, to get Maurice to turn on Sabrina. I don't know why he needs Sabrina so bad. I guess it's to get at Andy, but at this point, I feel like it's a bit deeper than that, because why are you still so pressed? Like, I mean, you got your $3 million, go on. But anyways, the prosecutor wants Sabrina back. So I believe that that's why he planted the cellmate inside of cell 2, okay, with Maurice. So he walk up in there, Maurice, he's singing. And then so the cellmate guy, he was like, hey, Maurice said, what? He said, dang, I'm just speaking. And Maurice said, well, don't. Y'all, that part was getting on my nerves, but it was slick funny. So the guy, he started trying to hit on Maurice, telling Maurice how cute he is, how he been looking at him and stuff. Then started telling Maurice how he in here because the prosecutor want to get him to turn on his friend. And that's when he brought up, he was like, I heard that he trying to do the same thing to you or whatever. So by that point, Maurice was like, you think I'm crazy? You working with that prosecutor, ain't you? Like, yeah, clearly. You ain't fooling nobody, okay? So get your ass at the top bunk and stop talking to me, okay? Now, after that, Fatima, she arrives at Andy's. Now, her and Andy in there talking, and she telling Andy, she was like, she just had to leave. Like, she don't know about this no more because everything just got real ugly. Like, Zach started talking about this my house and all of that, and ain't nobody finna have me move into a house with them, and then they start stomping around talking about my house. And I'm just like, Fatima, you knew that before you made this decision, which is why I was telling you to keep your spot. Like, it's okay to mingle around over there at Zach's place, even on a daily, if that's what you want to do. You can make yourself comfortable. Hang your clothes up on your side of the closet. You got your side of the bathroom with your toothbrush, your towels, you know what I'm saying? Make yourself comfortable, but you still got your house. You still got your own apartment. Like, if you would have worked your move like that would have been smart to me. That was not smart to me what you did. You straight left your apartment, to go move in with this man at his house. And y'all just now hooking up. Y'all haven't even been in for 1 year yet. And honestly, it usually takes about a year or two to actually start seeing who a person really is. And y'all haven't even reached that time limit yet. So I feel like, yeah, reality is setting in on Fatima, and it should. So she's talking about moving back to her apartment tomorrow. And I'm just like, well, Andy just like, girl, you need to pump your brakes on it. I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, she can still be with Zach. They can still work things out. But the fact that he already have thrown this my house up at you, that's the first red flag. You should go ahead and get back comfortable in your own place, you know, where you can go home for a while if you want to get away. And you ain't got to go stay in one of Andy's rooms just because she got 3 extra rooms. Like, or go get a hotel, or probably have to go camp out with Angela and get questioned about your relationship all night just because she want to be nosy. It ain't because she trying to help. Trust and believe, Angela ain't really your friend. And I hope Fatima starts to see that, because I can say that Fatima is I would say a real friend that knows how to value friendship, is what I'm trying to think of how to put it. I feel like Fatima knows how to value friendship. So with that being said, I do feel like she deserves a real friend that knows how to do the same. Which is why I hope that she starts seeing through Andy's bullshit, because Fatima don't deserve no friend like Andy either. Andy don't know how to be loyal to no friend. She give more loyalty to a piece of meat than she will a friend. Like, I'm pretty sure had Karen would have been Gary, Andy would have put Gary up on game about that, or even Robin. You know, she got they back. Andy got they back. But what about your friends? Okay. So, I just don't really like no friend like Andy or Angela. And I hope that Fatima can find better in friendship. And, excuse me if y'all hear that knocking, because I didn't realize my phone was knocking up against my microphone. But, anyway, so as Fatima and Andy is talking, Andy letting Fatima know not to let Karen come in between them. And as soon as she said that, I don't know how Karen heard them through that thick ass wall and that thick elevator door, but she heard everything Andy said. And so she bust through there and she was like, oh, please don't. Because Karen was coming to apologize to Andy. Now, after she heard that, I don't think Andy about to get that apology no more. But she was coming to apologize to Andy, which I don't understand why. Still trying to figure out why. Because you don't owe this girl no apology. If anything, Andy owe you the apology. Andy was wrong as a friend. And you have the right to express your feelings on that, Karen. You don't owe her an apology. Simple as that. But y'all, look like to me, things is about to go up in the air with Andy and Karen. Especially after she heard Andy say, you can't let Karen come in between you and Zed. And Karen said, please don't. Please don't. And I don't even understand why Andy feel like Karen trying to. Because she know for herself Karen is trying to move on. Yes, she was hurt. Yes, she did renege and do dumb things. thinking that she could get her relationship back, thinking that she could fix what she thought was broken. And really, it's not, girl. You fixed what was broken. Little do you know. So, girl, just keep on moving on. Keep on staying strong. But anyway, y'all, I'll be back with another video. Until then, thank y'all for watching. This is your girl, Toya Tilly. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. And also, hit that notification bell button so you know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Peace.